And it goes on and says that we need to hone our fear, right? Which is the first step in facing it. Facing it is the key to overcome it. Just like I said, we need to hone our fear. First of all, if you have fears, you need to know the fears that you have. You cannot overcome what you don't accept, right? You cannot grow from where you are not, right? You need to what we use the word, you need to be brutally honest with yourself. You need to be brutally honest with yourself and know these are the fears in my life. These are the limitations in my life. Because until you are brutally honest, you can enumerate them, then you don't know what to work on, right? So yeah, so it goes on and tells us that, simply put, the sharper our array of communication skills, the more successful we'll become in virtually every endeavor of life. And I was listening to, who else was I listening to yesterday? Oh, I was listening to, what's her name? Indira Nooyi. You know the lady, Indira, the Indian CEO of Pepsi. Have you heard of her before?
Yeah, I've
Have you
heard
heard of
that.
Indira before? Yeah, she's the first woman CEO of Pepsi, Coke, Pepsi, and she's pretty popular out there. I was just listening to her yesterday, and she was talking about the fact that, no, was she the one saying that, or who else was saying that? Whoever, I was listening to a couple of people yesterday, they were talking about, yeah, to be good in your communication skills, right? It's going to take you places. I mean, if you want to be a leader, then you have to be able to communicate. Yes, she was the one saying it. I wish I could just lay my hands on what she said. Is one of the papers around here, but it says, you cannot be a leader if you cannot communicate. I mean, communication is one of the essential tools of a leader, right? So if you're going to lead in any sector, any place of life, you must be able to communicate, right? So what we're talking about here is what we might call a leadership class. Because if I'm good at communication, then I can sell my message, then they can follow me. Because a followership, leadership is all about influence. If I can communicate, then I can influence people. Because a lot of people are looking for people to influence them, right? Though we are all created as leaders, it takes something from everybody to step up to that leadership position. More people looking for people to push them than those that step up, come out above the edge and make it in life. That's why not everybody can be rich, right? It's not God. It's not God that's keeping people from being rich. It's the inability of people to step up to the game of their life. That's what keeps them poor, right? And sometimes, irrespective of the opportunity you create for them, they seem to prefer poverty to being rich, right? Because I get surprised. It takes me a lot to do some of this things I do, and some people that I know are poor, some people I know that are wretched, some people I know that are going through hard times. You would expect that they would do something about their life, to want to get better, but they never come. They never take the opportunity, and somehow they think that God is just going to come and meet them. You know, the Bible says God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that will he reap. You're not going to get rich if you don't do what rich people do. Rich people take the time to develop themselves, right? And it brings up the word glossophobia, right? Which is the fear of public speaking. Like earlier said, it's popularly said that public speaking ranks the fear of public speaking ranks up there as one of the biggest fears of people, probably next to death itself. That yeah, just like any other fear, it can become. You just need that you have it and you work at it. Really, it's a simple thing for public speaking. That this from the I was talking about this. I can't remember her name right now. The reason why people fear speaking is because they are too focused on themselves. Because they take themselves too serious, right? If you go public intent of being a blessing, of the intent of adding something to the people you are speaking to, you will not think about yourself. The fear of public speaking would. Fear of public speaking comes from focus. All I'm there about is how I'm going to perform. Oh, they're going to see me. Oh, this. You're going to have fear of public. You're going to have fear of public performance. The way to overcome public performance fear is to think about influencing people, making people better. When you start thinking how to public speaking dies naturally, focus on yourself. If you take the focus off about that. All right, obviously. And with communication, it takes, because until the venture, they're not going to gain anything. They're just going to, Einstein will say, right? You're not the person you've always been. If you want something to solve, if you want better out of life. And slide I'm in, but I'm going to read one on. It says, when we allow all fact, if we allow fear to want to speak or communicate through us, give out through us, then we are all unique, have the experience the same as the way you are. The solutions that go with it, different, education, right? Actions we have to explain, like if you're not able to get a fear, that's supposed to be blessed by your ministry, by your person, and not able to be blessed by your person because you didn't stand up to the plate, to the challenge of life, And so it says, many times when you speak up and display leadership in the face of adversity, others try to compel you to use their platforms and microphones, while you should weigh the benefits of asking the mic someone else lends you. You should also be unafraid to politely decline. And keep talking about here was using the example of David. David won't dress in his own armor to fight God that way, right? But David wasn't used to that, so he had to politely decline and use what he is used to. I remember the one time I was going to minister somewhere, and all I was thinking about is TD Jakes, and I was trying to speak like TD Jakes, right? As someone once said, that is an affront against God. It's a sin. To be like someone that you are not is a sin. It's telling God that he didn't do a good job. You're saying, God, I prefer to be TD Jakes, I prefer to be whoever, other than the person you have created, right? God knows what he was doing. We are all and wonderfully created, right? There's no use trying to be someone else, because the people, the audience that God has designed our lives to minister to, right? He has fashioned us in a way that we can minister to them, and we can only be at the best as ourselves, not as someone else, right? So when we're communicating, yes, we can learn one or two things from people, but we must be faithful to who we are, because the power of our message is found in who we are, not who we are not, right?